Thank you all so much for joining us for Kids Changing the World. My name is Aduma Pia, and I'm your host. Today, our guest is Mr. Jahkil Jackson, a wonderful young man from Chicago. We're going to be discussing with him his impact and his story. Jahkil is really inspiring. He started his own project called Project I Am, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about it, but I'm just going to give you a brief bio about him. Jahkil, let me accept his Instagram request. It's a wonderful man. I apologize. Hey, Jahkil, I think there's a bit of an echo.
Hello?
Hello? All right, are we good?
Yep, we're good.
Great. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a background story on Jahkil before we bring him in to the stream on YouTube and Facebook. Project I Am was created by Jahkil when he was 8 years old. Now Jahkil is 12 years old, and he has a heartfelt desire to help those in need. Jahkil's mission is to build awareness of homelessness and to help the homeless population by offering blessing bags, a giveaway filled with wipes, socks, deodorant, hand sanitizer, granola bars, toothbrushes, toothpaste, bottled water, and more. In just a few years, Jahkil's efforts have touched men, women, and children across the world. And with the help of friends and family, Jahkil has organized distribution to those in need in Chicago, Los Angeles, Oklahoma, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Virginia, and Idaho. Wow, look at this guy. He's also provided blessing bags to orphans in Mbane, Swaziland, as well as volcano victims in Guatemala, hurricane survivors in Florida, Houston, Puerto Rico, and the Bahamas. Most recently, Jahkil hosted a virtual packing party with 40 youth from 28 different cities, creating 3,000 blessing bags. I mean, think about that impact. That's crazy. Jahkil has been announced as a youth ambassador for Heartland Alliance, the We International Youth Council, a member of the Independent Youth, and has been listed as one of BET's 15 under 15. Most notably, Jahkil was acknowledged as one of the 3 most influential people of 2017 by Barack Obama. Jahkil was also tapped to participate in multiple campaigns with Disney, the Be Inspired campaign, Cartoon Network, Drawn to Helping Others, Lebron James, Always Believe, and Nike's 2019 Future Varsity Program, and most recently was named a CNN Young Hero, Young Wonder, and a Marvel hero. I mean, this guy is really everything. This guy is incredible. We're so glad to have you, Jahkil. Thank you so much for joining us. So we'll add you to the stream on Facebook and YouTube, and we're going to get started. All righty. Could you unmute, please, on Facebook? I think you're muted, but just turn on the volume on your computer.
Hello?
Yeah, okay. All right. So Jahkil, yeah, I don't think it will. I think we got it. Okay, so Jahkil, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your presence. I just want to ask you really quickly, how did you get started? How did you kind of find how you decided to start your project?
So, how I think that it was when I was 5, when it all started. I was 5 years old. I went to go feed the homeless with my aunt and my cousins. This was my first real experience with the homeless. I saw how they lived, how they ate, how they slept. And I really didn't understand. At 5 years old, I thought everybody had homes. So I went home and asked my parents if we could give them our houses. We obviously couldn't do that at all. So we had to come with a different solution for this. And we thought of different things that we have on a daily basis that they will have. So we thought of blessing bags.
Could you turn down the volume on your computer? Is that down?
Hello?
Hello? All right,
Is
great.
that better?
Great. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Yes, that's quite inspiring that you started at such a young age. What advice would you have for people who feel like they're too young to kind of get started with something or see a problem and don't know how to fix it?
Yeah, I would say don't wait to be great. That's my motto. It means that us as young people don't have to wait until we're adults to become change agents or start our own business, because we can do it right now, follow our passions and all of that stuff that we think that adults can only do, but little do we realize that we can do it too. Like, what's the point of waiting when you can start now and be ahead of everybody when you're an adult? Or be ahead of everybody right now while you're a kid. There's no limit. Like, age doesn't matter at all.
That's truly inspiring. Yes, I totally agree. In saying that, you really uplift a lot of youth to kind of go after their passions, chase their passions. But being young, I know there's some obstacles that you may face in kind of taking on such a heavy project. So could you discuss some of those with us?
So some of the challenges with this organization is sometimes not having enough donations. Maybe it might be like we're having a drought with the busing bags, something like that. And it can be, I've never really had a problem with people underestimate, like adults underestimate. I really just more than they can even think anything. I think I can bring to the table, which is still not a challenge for me. Like, to this day, a lot of adults believe in me, but that's pretty much the biggest challenge that we have with the organization is toiletry items and getting those items and like funds and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. I know that when it comes to dealing with certain aspects of things, it can be really difficult to kind of reach people, and different obstacles come in the way, especially being young, and showing people your impact, showing people what you're capable of is hard at first, but as you kind of establish a name, which you definitely have, you are able to have a greater impact, and things kind of ease up, and you're able to kind of work on your mission and not worry so much about proving yourself. But when it comes to proving yourself, I'm sure like you have really established yourself in the world. I mean, the type of people that endorse you. I mean, what was it like just meeting President Obama?
That was the best thing, one of the best days ever. He's very tall. He has very good hands, and it was just a great experience getting to meet him. I mean, I was born into the first Black president, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I wish we had him back right now. He's just like the coolest person ever, and he plays basketball just like me. He's a lefty, and that's just like really cool to know that he does know people's stuff, and he's not so stuck up, and he likes to have fun, which is awesome to know. And we had a conversation about different things that I'm doing in the future. He talked about the tiny house movement that I want to bring to Chicago, and he said he was actually going to help me with that. So I'm really excited.
Wow, that's beautiful to see that someone at such a high stature is really able to connect with people on the ground and understand the kind of mission you're doing and see and uplift the youth. I mean, I think that's really, really inspiring. You've been honored by so many people. Could you just discuss with us some of your awards and what they've meant to you?
Yes. So right behind me, right here, the blue one, right in blue, right here that I'm pointed to. That one is actually from the CNN Heroes. That is the one you mentioned before. That's the big tall rectangle that I got. Really cool from CNN. I got an award from, I think it was, what's the name? Well, I just have lots of awards from different organizations. Some awards for basketball. You see the plaque right here, the brown one. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Was from the Junior NBA conference. I was at the Junior NBA coaches conference. I was the only kid there, and that's a plaque that they sent me. So that was one of the biggest ones as well. And all the other ones that you see, like right around this area, those are just awards that I've got from like different organizations that have heard about what I'm doing, and local organizations that have kind of just honored me. So yeah, it's just really cool to know that my work is getting out and inspiring so many people.
Yeah, really important to know. I mean, all the awards coming in is really just validation you should keep doing and inspiring other youth. I know that you mentioned a lot about basketball. Could you tell us how you kind of got into it and how you kind of maintain it as you've kind of risen in this kind of stature and risen in nonprofit work and everything?
So for basketball, I was kind of born into basketball. My whole family plays basketball. All my cousins plays basketball. My dad plays basketball. He's pretty good. My dad trained me, and I was kind of born into it because one of the presents for my mom's baby shower. I can't believe I remember this. I probably don't even remember it. It was probably my parents who told me. But at my mom's baby shower, when I finally came home, one of the presents was a real life-size basketball that my dad got me. And when I got home, the first thing that I went to was the basketball. So then I just did the best I wanted to do, and that I gained love for. So yeah, and with the organization, what did you say about that?
Like playing basketball, just maintaining that, or while you have an organization so big.
Oh yeah, I do basketball, I tap dance, I break dance, I act, I model, and these are just some other things like extracurriculum things that I like to do. But my parents really manage my schedule. I have a huge calendar in my room that really helps with things. And yeah, it's just my parents. They're a huge help with that.
Yeah. I know that scheduling is difficult, and there's lots of balance, especially on your plate at a young age. So, how important is like family to you as far as like getting everything together, making sure that everything's managed?
Family is very important to me. It means the world to me. They are like the biggest supporters in terms of like my organization, everything in life. They're just like huge supporters of me. It's not just my parents, it's my grandma, it's my cousins, like everybody. I just have a great family, and I'm blessed to have that type of support system. Lots of kids, young people, they have dreams, but they don't have these right support system to help them get there. So I'm just like blessed to just have that type of support, and to know that my family has my back is just amazing.
Yeah, it's truly a blessing to have a good circle around you. It really takes a village to rise it up and like make your project so big and so wonderful and in all these eyes. So it's truly a blessing. I'm glad I got to see what you've been able to do. As this time has come, these uncertain times, I know you did a virtual, and how got the inspiration for that to kind of stay positive in this weird time.
That was just like so chaotic. It was so stressful. I mean, we had to send out these huge boxes of toiletry items to a bunch of people. We sent them out to 28 states. It was like 40 kids and their families who participated in the bag stuffing. So it's just amazing to see like how much reach we get out there. This is just great to hear, and just we sent like these huge boxes all over the place to some of my friends, some of my family members participated in it. So that was really cool. But the technical difficulties was just so harsh. I mean, like once we got to the place where we were filming or doing the virtual pack party, we were setting up, the internet was horrible. Like we didn't know the Wi-Fi password, and that was just the thing. And then my mom had to turn on her hotspot, and then we had to make that work, and the whole thing was still glitching. And yeah, it was just like super hard to do and to maintain the like 40 kids, and it was like this huge delay, and they barely could hear us. So it was like these points where it was long breaks where we couldn't hear each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just like a journey for like a nice 2-hour journey.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but it was just, I mean, it was just weird. For the first time, we did pretty good, though. Each kid did 50 bags. It went very smoothly in terms of them doing bags. We didn't have any problems with that. It was just like these technical difficulties. But yeah, hopefully in the future, like we are very soon doing another virtual pack party. So I'm super excited for that.
Yes, that's very exciting. I mean, I'm glad that all came to fruition. You mentioned some technical difficulties. I know in this time, with the kind of suddenness of it and how it just came up, a lot of things kind of run into some roadblocks. And as far as the technology goes, like internet can be a problem as far as connecting people and everything. So what message would you have about perseverance? Because at the end of the day, you were able to still have that impact that you were looking for, and even beyond that, but you still had some difficulties along.
For perseverance, I would say just keep going. Perseverance is something that my teachers always said in school. That's how I kind of like learned about what perseverance was. But I just applied that to everything that I do in life, especially basketball, working hard. Like when I do like my workouts, I just think of just keep going. Like, because especially with workouts, you just have to think to yourself, it's going to be over. Just keep going, you want to go over. That's that perseverance and that mindset you have to have. But perseverance with organization, I have to have that. And yeah, my message for that is just to keep going, even when you feel down about yourself, you feel like you can't do it anymore. Just think about something beneficial that you will get out of doing that. Just think of that, and then I'm pretty sure that you're going to be able like to push through that, because you are very strong. You're a very strong individual. So I believe that you can push through that.
That's very wise words. Very wise words. So moving like in the direction of what you were saying, you were mentioning a little bit about your teachers. How have they impacted your work and your community?
I wouldn't say that my teachers really, like, I might have said, like, they did like teach me about maybe like some good words that I should know, like perseverance and things like that. But my school isn't really that supportive, maybe I would say. So I just can't wait till I go to high school. Not saying that I want to rush there, I want to stay young, but I'm just like can't wait to get out of that school.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it hasn't really made a huge impact on my life. Like the teachers, I would say a big thing that's impacted me in life is my dad, because like with all his messages and all his like encouraging speeches, like 3-hour-long speeches. I'm pretty sure everybody has had that. Where their dad is just so annoying. He talks for hours and hours, and it's so irritating. But it's for a reason. You have to listen to it. So I'm just glad to have that. That really pushed me, like through life.
Yeah, it's really wonderful to have that guidance, to have that advice. It's truly a blessing. We have a comment from Nancy Sonor Burden saying, very inspirational, heroes. Don't wait to be great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that message. I love that message. That's a really cool shirt.
A t-shirt, so you can get one of these. Don't wait to be great.
Yeah, don't wait to be great. Well, Jahkil, our time's coming to an end. I'm really glad you were able to join us. Thank you so much for sharing your message. Is there anything you want to leave the viewers with? Just an inspirational message to close off?
Yeah, besides don't wait to be great, I would say just to follow your passion. If you take something from what this call, like if you take something from this call today, something I want you to take from it is to go after your passion. Do something that you want to do. Make sure not to go into something that you think the world will approve of, or your parents will approve of, or your friends will approve of. And, like, people do the thing that you have so people do that they don't want to do, then they end up being maybe like unsuccessful. So if you want to be successful, do what you have to do to get there. Don't worry about anybody else. That's what you have. That's the kind of like the sacrifice that you have to make to become successful. You have to sacrifice your friends. Maybe if they don't believe in you, then they're not the right friends for you. So just to make sure that you follow your passion, do something that you want to do.
That's wonderful. I love those words. That's a really, really important message that a lot of people need to hear. Jahkil, thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you to your family. Thank you for joining us. It's a blessing to have you here. I wish you all the best on your journey. For our viewers, 2 weeks from now, we're going to be having our next guest, Gabby Goodwin. She created Gabby Bose, and she's the CEO of Confidence, and she's going to be joining us. She has a really inspiring just a theme of positivity, so I can't really have her on the show. And thank you much. And with that, we're going to wrap it up.